Alright, we're live now. And, so I think we're live. I'm gonna wait like 30 seconds just to make sure that it's actually completely live before we do our sort of introduction sort of thingy. Sorry to anyone for the delay, but not like you guys should care that much anyway. Well,
yeah, it's live.
Perfect. Okay, so hi everyone. This is Ethan Ward, and
I'm Harry Potter.
well, he's Harry Potter, but he's more than just Harry Potter. Anyway, we're here live on WordCast number 5 right now. We know it's been a while since we've done this, but we're going to start doing it more often. As you can see, got myself a pair of Gunner gaming glasses, and I will say I love them, and I will not use them because they're absolutely amazing. So I recommend anyone that has any problems with their eyes or anything like that, get them. Or if you have money, get them too, because they're amazing. If you don't feel like spending the money on them, they are well worth it, but that's your choice. So anyway, we're going to be talking to you guys about the latest tech news and some really cool stuff that we have to offer you guys from WordTech. And we'll probably start with some updates from WordTech, I guess, or what do you think? What do you think of Daniel?
I have no care.
You have no preference at all.
Nope.
Okay, well, here, let me figure out how to get this onto our website, though, because for some reason our website's not liking it. So, is it going to give me a, yeah, it's just going to open it up like that, isn't it? Okay, that's fine. So, yeah, everyone, okay, I'll go ahead and start with some updates that we'll be doing here in just a moment. Haven't done this in so long. It's making sure to set everything up correctly. So there, and then the links from our website goes here. So anyway, everyone, so we have some really cool content to bring you guys. So first off, here you can see that I have the new Enthoo Primo. Come on, Logitech, focus. It's a beast of a case right here. Full tower, one of the biggest full towers out there. It's about it's an inch in every direction, smaller than the Corsair 900D. So the thing's huge. You can fit a 480mm rad in both the top and the bottom in a push-pull config, or a well, I think you could fit a monster rad in the bottom in push-pull. The top, I doubt you'd be able to fit that. But we're going to be doing some cool stuff in this case next summer, aesthetics-wise. But we actually have some really cool stuff that we're going to do for it in, well, the next coming months. But first off, I want to let you guys know that I'll be bringing you guys some unboxing photography and a build log of this that'll be updated. I also got the new. Oh, it's so hard to see. That's really hard to see, and I'm sorry, but right here, you can see the heat pipe right there. The R9 290 ASUS Direct CU2 edition GPU. So that'll be liquid cooled next summer when we do our PETG cooling loop, which I told you about probably last time. But if any of you guys don't know, we're going to be doing a custom PETG, which is like acrylic but stronger, solid tubing inside of here. So that's going to be awesome. And then I'll be buying a second R9 290. So we'll be bringing you a unboxing photography of that and a full review, actually. Also a full review of the Enthoo Primo itself. So those are some cool things that we have coming up. We also have a really cool case to do a review on for you guys from BitPhoenix. So that's going to be really cool. Yeah, I'll be posting a couple little hints and teasers about that, and then we're also gonna, if you guys want to check us out on overclock.net, WordTech reviews, I'll be posting some full pictures of the case to get your guys' ideas before we do that, which will be on this Thursday and Friday. I'm not sure when all the videos and stuff will be posted. That might not be until sometime next week. So that's going to be awesome, though. And we also have a 750 watt power supply that we're going to review for you guys, so we're really excited about that one. What else do we have coming up? Oh, yes. So for my own personal build, but I'll be doing some videos and stuff on it as well, is I'm actually going to be doing a 5 monitor well, technically 6, but 5 monitor Eyefinity setup. There's going to be 5 23-inch monitors mounted on VESA, and then I'm going to get a wall VESA mount for my 27 to put above the 5. And so I'm going to debezel all those monitors, so I'll do a video to show you guys how to do that. I'm actually going to do some practice on that on a cheap monitor tonight. So just to show you guys what it's like to debezel a monitor, which is really useful if you're going to do any sort of multi-monitor setup and you have a monitor with big bezels. So that's important right there. That'll be a really cool video to bring you guys, and I'll take some nice pictures of everything when it's done, which will probably be sometime in the mid of August is when it should be done, hopefully. So it depends on how money goes. So yeah, there's that.
Okay then. Looks like someone interrupted him. So yeah, we'll just chill out here. Yeah, I'll just wait for him to get back because he has more to talk about, and it'd be weird to talk about 2 topics at once.
Okay, sorry about the interruption there, guys. Did not mean to have that happen, but I'm glad that I have those buttons up there. Just a quick notice for you guys, by the way. Cody Underhill will be popping in somewhere completely out of the blue on here later tonight. So, yeah, just to let you guys know, you'll see him. So, yeah, sorry about my the swaying of my webcam here. It's for a couple of reasons. I got a new desk. It's an IKEA desk, and the thing is awesome, but it's a little wobbly because of the 75-pound computer I have on it. If I bump it, it wobbles a little bit. And my monitor stand isn't really a solid stand, so even though the table's only moving like a 1/4 inch right, or no, I'd say table's moving about probably a 1/16 of an inch actually right now, but the monitor is wobbling. So yeah, the desk doesn't really move that much. I mean, I can only actually push it back about maybe a 1/4 inch, but the monitor's not liking it. But I'll have this monitor on a VESA mount soon and everything, and then I don't know what I'm going to do webcam-wise. Other things about WordTech, we're going to be posting more. We're going to be bringing a lot more content to you guys other than just news, which will be really cool. I know I've been saying that a lot, but it's actually going to be happening because it's summertime now, and we've got a lot of stuff built up that I've just got to get edited and put out on there. So we have 2 more build blogs coming for you, actually. That one of the BitPhoenix case, and then my Anti-Primo that I already talked about. So I don't think there's much else regarding us that's coming up. Just make sure to interact with us on Google Plus or something like that. I know a lot of YouTubers that you guys will see will say interact with us on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, but we actually are. I mean, you can interact with Daniel or something on Twitter, but the biggest thing is that we're involved on is Google Plus right now. So, which kind of makes it easier on you guys for watching our videos and everything. So you can just leave a comment. We will actually see it and respond. We read everything that we get. So, and feel free to send us emails if you guys have any questions about anything or any requests about what you want us to do. Also, last thing, the forums that I've been talking about in a million videos are finally up. I actually have to get a sign-in link set up and then figure out why we're getting spam user registrations on our website. Those are the last 2 things, but the forums themselves are actually set up and they're looking really nice. So just be sure to follow us, and we'll be posting all of our Google Plus when that's done so that you guys can go on there and ask questions. And at first, there probably won't be very many people, but we will personally go in and answer your questions to start getting the forum started and everything. So anyway, on to tech news. Daniel, do you have anything you want to talk about, or should I go first about the PC news?
You can go first about PC news, and then we can talk about everything else.
Okay, perfect. We always have more PC news than just about anything else. So, first off, I guess I'll talk about Newegg and what they're doing. So Newegg has teamed up with iBuyPower, and they're actually doing some really cool stuff where they are going to be, they have like a configurator now where you can actually configure your iBuyPower computer on Newegg, kind of like you used to be able to do, or still can on Dell's website. So you can configure it all through Newegg. Newegg will dynamically change the price, and then they will, I think they change the price dynamically.
Yeah, they do.
Yes, alright, cool. So, and that way you guys can, just kind of go through with what you want and buy an awesome computer directly from Newegg, making it even easier for you guys to buy a custom-built computer. So that's really awesome. Yeah, I'll go ahead and here. Is there a way I can broadcast that link? I don't think there is.
I know how to do it.
You broadcasting it like on here
I'll put it in the chat.
in the chat? Okay. Wait, well, is chat available to everyone else though? I don't think it is.
I'm putting it in the comments.
Okay, perfect, thanks. That's great. Okay, figured I actually could share my screen, but whatever. Now he'll post the link so you guys can go check that out yourselves. Another cool thing, AMD's Mantle, the Mantle API, which reduces CPU overhead, is actually getting. It's a lot of games are starting to support it now. Daniel, you just looked up the list of games. I'll go ahead and find them real fast. So
there's a lot of games, only a few that matter.
Yeah, so we have Battlefield Hardline is confirmed it'll support it.
Again, that doesn't matter.
I'm just gonna go ahead and list like all the new ones. So we have Dragon Age, Inquisition, Plants vs Zombies, Garden Warfare, Civilization Beyond Earth. That's a big one. CryEngine is gonna support it. So all the new stuff coming out from CryEngine is gonna be amazingly CPU optimized. Not that it was bad in any way already. Battlefield 4, we already know that one. And it does make a difference, which I want to explain something about that here in a minute. Thief, we already knew that one. Star Citizen is going to support it. Nitros Game Engine, and Sniper Elite 3, which is great because I actually just got that game. So something interesting about Mantle, though. A lot of people have complained about it that it's really not a big deal. And I want to tell you guys just how big of a deal it really is. So it's said to reduce CPU overhead, but you'll look in benchmarks, and a lot of the benchmarks it's like you gain 2 FPS or something, right? Well, those benchmarks, there's 2 factors that go into them that make them not viable actually to use according to what Mantle is capable of doing. Mantle is designed to reduce a CPU bottleneck. So if you're using something like an i7 or i5, which has really good single-core performance, which is great for gaming, you're not going to see much of a performance benefit because the CPU is not bottlenecking you. And in most other situations, most of the time when they benchmark it, all they have running on the computer, because this is how 99% of benchmarks are run, that when they're run by companies to review or whatnot, that they will actually run just the game and just the benchmark software. That is plain out it. They will not have anything else that the computer is doing. So it doesn't really prove what Mantle can do because there's not usually a very big CPU bottleneck in the first place. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a, I guess, hands-on experience that I had with Mantle when I first bought Battlefield 4 and switched over to it. So when I was playing Battlefield 4 on Ultra, which I was capable of doing, and obviously my R9290 has no problem with it. It's like a piece of cake for it. But if I was playing it, I was only getting about, well, it was 30 to 60 FPS. This was with VSync on, and but it was ranging more around 40 average, 30 in really heavy areas with lots of people, and 60 if I looked up in the sky or something, which obviously cuts off CPU usage practically to nothing. So that was what I was getting with DirectX 11. When I switched over to Mantle, though, I get a solid, flat, perfect 60 now. No stutters or anything at all. It stays at a perfect 60 even in the most extreme CPU heavy areas, and I can actually stay at around 80 or so, which my GPU is capable of more than that even. But it reduced my CPU bottleneck by like, well, what would that be? That would be like 40% or something like that it was capable of doing or something. I mean, it almost doubled the FPS that I was capable of getting. So that was really, really impressive because it reduced the CPU bottleneck because I have tons of stuff running on my PC all the time, as you guys can all imagine. So there's a Mantle update and the truth about the way Mantle functions. And a lot of people, I think, are really misinformed about that. So especially when it's benchmarked on an Intel CPU, it's the stupidest thing ever. And I mean, unless that's all they have available, of course. I think we have one more thing in desktop news. I mean, is Intel doing anything? I haven't checked up on them lately, but I haven't seen anything.
Really? I mean, Intel's just writing things out till Broadwell.
Yeah. The 4790K came out, you guys know that, and it overclocks like a beast, but I mean, it's not any better performing.
One thing about the 4790K, let me find the tweet.
You go ahead and do that. I'll talk about the next AMD thing. So,
Well,
no, you go ahead.
the thing about it, apparently, um, Jay was getting GPU improvements after switching to the 4790K.
Jay was really?
Not just CPU, but GPU.
That's really weird. More
Yeah,
FPS in game or like GPU?
like he got more FPS.
Okay, well that could be CPU related.
But no, he ran a GPU specific benchmark that
Huh.
got more frames per second.
That's really weird. I wonder
Yeah.
why. I mean, he did just do his new custom build. So, I don't know. If you guys don't know who we're talking about, by the way, it's Jay's 2 Cents. JayZTWOCENTS. He runs a YouTube. I haven't, personally met him or anything. We're not like that, but I watch all of his videos. He's a great guy, though. He's a really, really cool person. Does great videos, and you guys should totally check him out. So give him some credit there, because yeah, he does great stuff, and the latest build that he's done is absolutely amazing. Watch his build vlogs; they're amazing. So you guys should definitely check him out. He's again Jay's 2 Cents on YouTube. It's one word. Okay, so the next thing, AMD has actually done another thing pretty cool. The latest beta driver has come out, which is 14.7, and so let me see if I can find a list of the benefits of it. I don't know. I'll look it up on some other website, because for some reason AMD is not displaying it on their website, which they usually do. So that's really weird. You go ahead and find something to talk about in the meantime, if you were. Nope, never mind. So I'm gonna go ahead and go. Nope, of course. Okay, found it. All right, from Tom's Hardware. Just to make sure you guys all know, I'll go ahead and read you guys off a list of improvements. So AMD Crossfire and Radeon Dual Graphics profile updates for Plants vs Zombies. Not that that's a huge deal, because Plants vs Zombies isn't going to destroy your computer anyway.
Actually, it kind of will.
Maybe CPU wise, but I doubt the GPUs.
No, the Plants vs Zombies it's talking about, Garden Warfare, is actually a pretty intense game on PC, because it's running on Frostbite 3.
Okay, alright. Assassin's Creed 4, they improved the crossfire scaling when using 4K up to 93%, which is really cool. That's a really good number there. And AMD has been in collaboration with AOC lately, because the AOC U2868PQU panel was having terrible flickering due to bad frame timing because of the because the display doesn't actually run at 60 Hertz, but for some reason it was reading that to the GPU, so the GPU was displaying 60 Hertz or something. It was a really weird issue, but they got a software workaround, so that's fixed now, which is great. That's a really detailed thing, but I mean, some of you watching might, maybe have that panel being used. So, yes, more AOC monitor improvements, and yeah, display ports encouraged more. I believe that's what the AOC monitors to help fix the problem, DisplayPort cables. But yeah, I haven't personally used the 14.7 beta drivers yet, but I have them downloaded and I'm going to be installing them later. So if I notice anything drastic, I will post that on the website. But it's just a basic improvement. It's not like going to 15 or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's it for PC news. I'm not really seeing anything. Just I wanted to do a quick shout out for Widescreen Gaming Forum, the monitor stands that they offer through there, which is also monitor stands through Ergotech. If you guys are looking to get good VESA stands, yes, they're expensive, but if you need good VESA stands, these are the ones to go with. And they even offer wall mount options and through desk options and stuff like that, which actually I think the through desk one is brand new. So that's part of why I mentioned it, is because the wall mount and the through desk stuff is actually pretty new. So some of you may know about the WSGF forum and their stands, but you may not have known that they have the wall mounts and stuff now, which is really cool. That's in case your table can't support it or something like that. So, but yeah, that's it for PC news as far as I know. I haven't really seen anything else big. So, nice ringtone. It's like, you know, what everybody else in the world
Invite
has.
Cody.
Say again?
Invite Cody.
I already did.
Just re-invite him, he said.
Okay. There. Alright, he's invited, so he'll be here soon. It'll be awesome to have Cody here. Do you have anything? I mean, you go ahead with news. I don't. I'm stumped. There's not much else.
Okay. Let's go gaming first, and then I'll go into mobile and whatnot.
Okay. Cody's
So-
messaging me, of course.
Yeah. Sad thing in the gaming industry right now. It looks like Activision has shut down Neversoft. For those that don't remember Neversoft, you may remember the Tony Hawk games where you had the nice eyeball coming in as the eye in their logo. Yeah, they were a really good studio actually. They didn't make much as far as games go recently, so Activision just shut them down. But Activision's the one that chooses what games they make, so it's not really their fault. So fuck you, Activision.
Yeah, pretty much straightforward. Okay, Cody.
I'm here.
Good.
Let the party begin.
Yeah, we were having a little bit of issues finding things to talk about there for a minute. I just went over AMD's 14.7 beta drivers. I went over Mantle having more games to support it.
Okay.
And I also threw a shout out at Jay's 2 cents, a shout out at Widescreen Gaming Forum and their stance, because they have a couple new things that some people might not know about. They're not brand new, but they're pretty new.
Okay.
And then we went over the fact that Newegg now lets you actually configure your own iBuyPower PC through them. Like it has like a configurator.
Okay.
It's awesome.
It's pretty neat, actually.
Yeah. So that's what we've gone through so far. Not much else. We mentioned the 4790K and that it's out, and I know that's a little old news, but I mean that's not big news either. It's just it overclocks better, but it's not going to perform any better per gigahertz than regular Haswell or anything.
Yeah.
Efficient. So it's the same thing, just
Just
doesn't overheat.
melt the heat sink that's on top of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
But melting is so much fun.
It is until you have to buy the parts like
I'm honestly
6,000
surprised my
times.
HTC
Yeah.
One didn't melt earlier today. Like when I was first getting it set back up, it was having issues staying on.
Mm.
And then I finally got it to stay on long enough for me to like reflash the ROM, and it was just like for the next hour after that, it felt like it was 120 degrees minimum.
That happened to my phone after I enabled Art as my virtual.
Oh yeah.
website. I loaded up Art, and as soon as my phone was done rebooting and it optimized all the apps, it was on fire.
On the Moto X?
Installing apps was extremely slow while running Art.
X? Well, installing apps is going to be slower because the biggest difference between Art and Dalvik is that with Dalvik, it compiles the application every time you launch it.
Mm.
And that's why it has a little bit worse battery and a little bit slower. Whereas Art, it takes a little longer because it does a different type of compiling, but it compiles it just once the first time you install
Yeah, it's ahead of time instead of just in time.
it.
Yep.
Art is neat.
Notice something kind of nice about Daniel and I?
You are in the same Hangouts group together?
No, we're both wearing gunners.
Which is not a big deal because I've had this for a long time. And even
No, I put on my gunners, so he put his on, and there we go.
You know what's great about me? I don't need gunners to improve my visual content.
Oh, we don't need them either, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't improve it.
I've never once had that problem though. Like if you have eye strain, that's great, but
I
man,
didn't feel like it was an issue. I actually when I got these, I started wearing them and I noticed that it was actually an improvement.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, yeah, it's like you don't think it bothers you. Like I never really got eye fatigue except when I was really tired, and but then when you put them on and you use them, you start to realize that I did have eye fatigue. I just didn't know it. So, like, it's kind of weird. It's a weird sensation that all of a sudden your eyes just like relax completely. So.
All right. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Don't those just reduce the blue hues?
They do that, but they also increase contrast because of the yellow tint. They increase sharpness. They have a very slight magnification, and they also reduce eye dryness just because the fact they're glasses, so not as much air rubs over your eyes. Which they do actually work really well at that because they're a little bit of a wraparound here, and so like I kept my eyes open way too long once without realizing it, but my eyes weren't dried out at all. And when I first wore them, my body had been normalized to watering my eyes more when I was having them open longer, and so I was actually like getting like teardrops coming down because my eyes weren't drying out as fast as they normally would.
Okay then.
Yeah, it was a
Now
little.
I'm definitely trying all of them.
Huh?
That just sounds really weird, and I don't think I want to go through that.
I've never had that issue.
Oh no, yeah, I don't know. No, not like literal teardrops. I mean, my eyes just felt more moist than they should have. Like it was
I am gonna go with that's a placebo effect, and not get gunners.
I didn't pay for mine, so.
Hey, I mean that's a great way to get them.
Hey, I got mine for a good deal, so I'm happy.
Okay, so what is there a current topic going on right now?
Daniel was about to talk about
how Neversoft closed and fuck you Activision, and then that was over.
Wait. Say that one more time without both of you speaking.
I was talking about Neversoft, the studio that made the old Tony Hawk games.
Okay.
Activision shut them down, and then I said fuck you Activision, and that was it.
Balls. No, that's a terrible idea, and they shouldn't do it.
I know. Well, I was after they retasked Neversoft with helping on Call of Duty.
That's not a good idea.
I know. Well, it's Activision. The only good idea they've ever had was working with Bungie.
Okay, but like they shouldn't. Oh man.
Activision also shut down the studio that made Geometry Wars, so what can you expect?
Okay, I'll roll with it. It's not a good idea. I hope they go to the shitter for it.
Yeah.
Activision is the shitter. People go to them.
No.
No, that's EA.
Ubisoft doesn't care about women. EA just sucks in general, and Activision's a bunch of douchebags. There you go.
There we go.
This is
Yeah.
accurate.
Hey, Daniel, by the way, Battlefield 4, a lot of the issues have been fixed, and it's a lot better now.
It's still boring as fuck.
I think it's fun. If you thought BF3 was fun, BF4 is
I
automatic.
didn't think BF3 was fun.
Well, then that's you. So,
Battlefield
it's
hasn't
my
been
type
fun
of game
since
now.
If
just-
you like Twitch FPS and just like point and click adventures, that's essentially what it is, but in 3D space with bullets.
It's really fun, and I like it, but I like other games too.
Compared to after having it spent as much time in Bad Company 2 as I have, the other Battlefields just don't compare.
Yeah, I've been told that by a lot of people. I've only played Bad Company 2 twice on the Xbox, so. Okay, back on the news instead of us blabbering like we're live.
I do want to make one piece of news that is actually something I saw earlier. Since you guys were doing PC news earlier.
Okay, yeah, go right ahead.
Build 9788 for Windows was leaked on the internet. Does feature the new start menu.
Thank God. Yes, I saw that. That's right, I saw that.
And it looks awful.
Yeah.
Okay, now there are going to be those people, because those people exist, that are like, oh man, I miss my start menu that took up a quarter of my screen, and I had to scroll through every app that I ever had in these little tiny list views with these like 16-bit, like 32 pixel icons that no one could see.
And they've already had enough of an issue with scaling when it comes to like 4K.
Yeah.
That's not gonna help.
No. So.
Do you know if we're
Okay, you're talking about the one, Cody, right, that looks like the normal start menu plus a miniaturized version of the start screen next to each other?
It's the okay. So it looks like the Windows 7 start menu, where it's got your recent apps on the left-hand side, but instead of on the right-hand side being a thin section with a bunch of hot links, essentially is what they were. It features an equally sized section which contains Metro apps.
Okay, yeah.
Similar to how the Metro start screen is, just tall. And very, very tall. And
I don't know. I think it's an interesting way of approaching it, but the thing that makes me mad about it is, people complained about one way and people complain about the other way. So instead of Windows trying to fix it for everyone, they're just gonna fuck both people halfway.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm hoping, and I know it's not going to happen because Microsoft is a giant asshole, that, they they're gonna do this, but then they will give us the option to choose which start menu we will have. The problem is that's not
That's not
how it's gonna be.
Yeah, Microsoft doesn't need to do that.
You know, because on Windows 8 and Windows 8.1, you can get like the programs. I know Gigabyte makes one. There was a third-party one made by another company that I can't remember, which adds the functionality of the classic start menu back. But you know, if you didn't want that, you could leave the Metro one.
Yeah.
The problem is how much more difficult it's going to be now to say you can have this start menu and then install third-party software or use an application option to switch back to the actual Metro start screen.
Yeah, I hate it. It's just so stupid.
It's not a good idea on Microsoft's part, but because they don't care, they're going to do it anyway.
I'm also mad that this is coming out with an 8.1 update rather than Windows 9, because I could just stay on Windows 8 if it was that way.
Yeah.
And it's sad that I would stay on Windows 8 to keep the current one.
Right, yeah, there we go.
Now, I'm also hoping that it is an individual update because you have the option to hide updates if you don't want them. If it's one of those like optional updates, or if it's an important update that only includes like the Windows 8.1 revised start menu, you can just go into your update, Windows Update, right-click on it, and hide it, and you don't have to look at it ever again. In which case, that's exactly what I'm going to do because fuck that start menu, it's awful.
Yep, but Microsoft probably won't do that either. I think it's the other thing that I think is stupid about it too is the fact that the original start menu was nice and it fit really well down there. This is just a big fucking start menu. Like it takes up so much space that you might as well have the full fucking screen thing anyway because it's not gonna be like much different.
Well, that's kind of true, but it's only true in the screenshots because they use low resolution screens. It's going to be identical to the Windows 7 start screen. It will be slightly wider.
Okay.
But, I mean, on a 1080p monitor, proportionally, it's only going to be probably 66% of the screen height, maybe 20% of the screen width. Yeah. It's not really going to be that big. That's my problem, though. The Metro screen is huge, and if I have a bunch of apps, like I do, I can throw them all onto a 1080p Metro screen and say, these are all the things that I want to play with.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Windows 7 one, I always had a problem because if I have 30,000 applications installed, I had to scroll through the entire thing and find the one I want instead of just inherently knowing its location.
Yeah, I do like the new start menu a lot better. The start screen. Yeah, it was funny when people complained about it at first too, because I actually complained about it at first too when it came out. But then I started using it more, and I started realizing that this is just a lot better. Because when you use the little start menu anyway, you don't need to see the rest of the screen because you're gonna focus directly on the start menu anyway until you do whatever you need to do down there, and then you're done, and then you're back to your screen, which is exactly what the start menu itself or the start screen.
It doesn't change anything. It just makes it so that
you can see things.
Go to the start screen to see the start screen as compared to in Windows 7 where you had to open the start menu.
Then again, was it really that big of a deal for them to add the start button that they did in 8.1 where it was literally a like 20 pixel difference in mouse movement?
Yeah.
I know. It's like, okay.
But because it wasn't there, it wasn't like the Windows defining feature as it's been since 95?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't understand Microsoft anymore and what they're doing. It's just starting to piss me off more, to be completely honest.
Everyone go yell at Jerry.
Hey,
everyone go disable automatic updates.
Yeah.
So that you don't accidentally get this.
So Daniel, I have a question for you, Daniel or Cody. As I'm talking, is my mouth off time? Say yes or no. Like, is my audio on time with my mouth?
Yes, because I disabled right light on your webcam again.
I enabled it or disabled?
Yeah, I know you turned it on at some point. Don't turn that on, it's bad.
Don't turn it on, as in just leave it where it's at.
Yeah, don't touch it. Don't open the settings. Don't do that thing. I know you're doing it. Don't do it.
Okay.
I turned it off because it puts horrible video lag, reduces frame rate, especially in low-light situations.
No, I have now that I have this lamp here, it doesn't matter anyway. So.
No, it does. It does. If it's not direct sunlight.
What I mean is the lighting is good enough now that because bright light was actually helping a little bit when I had really shitty lighting, but now that this lamp's here, it's
okay, but Ethan, as a friend, I'm telling you that you're wrong, and I'm going to tell you why. Because bright light is absolute garbage.
That's what I'm saying.
I have a fluorescent, one of the bar lights right above me, and then a.
No, bright light sucks. I'm saying
I don't know how many. I don't know what the actual wattage. I think it's 100 watts of a 4400K. There's a regular like 3-way light bulb.
Yeah.
Light right still didn't detect that was enough light. It had to be noon outside or twilight with the sun shining on my face.
Yeah. No, I know. Bright light sucks.
That's
what I'm saying
just not use it.
is this lamp here is helping me when I'm not using bright light to get really good lighting. It looks a lot better because it was more grainy when I have my tiny lamp over here.
Yeah.
Just to tell everyone what I'm talking about. Yeah, I have a giant lamp here now. Bright LEDs in it or something like that. The white LEDs to get me whiter.
Something that I also wanted to talk about because Verizon is another piece of trash that we should all throw into the dirt.
Verizon.
They are now saying that Netflix is throttling data from select ISPs intentionally to make it appear as if the net traffic through that ISP is throttled by the ISP. So they're selectively going in and saying, look, you're on Comcast. We're going to cut your speed in half just because you're on Comcast, and then we're going to blame Comcast for it.
And then we're going to pay Comcast money.
Yeah, and then we're going to say that we're like paying them cash for this. Verizon is saying that's what's happening.
You can't believe any piece of garbage that Verizon spits out into the air whatsoever.
No, it's like they already said unlimited data is stupid and no one likes it, despite the fact that T-Mobile is a booming market right now.
There's also the fact that, they always say they have the best coverage, yet AT&T...
They have fucking
They do have the best coverage.
shit coverage.
Yeah,
In a lot of areas, though, they do have the best coverage.
In a lot of places, their coverage is really good, yeah, but, like...
They don't have the best...
That's in-city. They have the
If
best
you need
in-city coverage.
Verizon, if you need coverage when you're camping, you'll get it.
Yeah, there's truth to that, but if you think about it, there's that aspect of it, but what I've always said is their coverage is great if all you're doing is call and text. If you need good data coverage, fuck them.
I have never gone out of a major city and with someone who has Verizon and looked at their phone and said, wow, I wish I had Verizon.
I know someone whose Straight Talk phone, which was running on Verizon, because Straight Talk, they have 4 different types of Straight Talk phones, one for each carrier. This one was, I did confirm it was running on Verizon.
Mm.
It worked at Oxbow Camp, where AT&T didn't come in, T-Mobile didn't come in and Sprint.
Okay, but like I've gone to the Oregon-Idaho border where the population is less than 500, and I had like
also,
3 or 4 bars of 4G over there.
Just like every other cell phone carrier, they focus a lot more on the eastern half of the United States.
Yeah.
If you look at all of their coverage maps, like Verizon, it's like eastern half of the United States is apparently all covered.
Yeah.
And then west coast, spot.
Don't do that. Yeah, no, they have, okay, I will admit that their East Coast coverage is really good, but at least on the West Coast, I've only ever found out that they have really good coverage in city. Like, even crossing the bridge, people on Verizon have problems.
Yeah.
Because my dad has Verizon, and if he's on the bridge, it'll just cut.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they have what they claim to be coverage, but there's millions of like little gaps in between their red map thing.
Yeah, and then the other problem is that on those big red maps, that shows roaming coverage as well.
Yeah,
and then you have to zoom in. Then you have to zoom in to get the differentiated.
Yeah, and then also there's the fact that a lot of times there'll be gaps in the red area. There'll be a tiny gap or something where it disconnects.
I actually want to go look at their coverage map right now.
Speaking of roaming, I put a link in chat that Ars Technica posted. Apparently, AT&T and Verizon have been accused of using data roaming fees, not in a valid way, to overcharge people.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, that's not very surprising, but
whatever.
Interesting.
I just can't wait to go to T-Mobile when I pay for my own stuff, which hopefully won't be for a while.
Yeah, you're pretty fortunate in the fact that you don't actually have to pay for like 90% of what you're using.
For now, yeah. But, I mean, that's going to change. Like, probably the instant I graduate from college, there's going to be like, oh, by the way, now you're gonna have to pay for everything. But I'm okay with that because right now I get to buy fun stuff. So.
Fun times.
Yep.
Okay, AT&T Verizon accusing data roaming charges on everyone. Oh, this is a long document and I don't want to read.
Yeah, essentially what they're doing, like, so T-Mobile and AT&T obviously try to set up roaming agreements, and T-Mobile tried to negotiate that everyone get a better deal, and AT&T just like, nope, we want more money.
Wow, that's
More
impressive.
money, more money, more money.
I want to be surprised. I can't, but I want to be.
I'm not surprised by anything AT&T or Verizon do that involves more money.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Oh, Cody, did you see what Sprint's doing as far as trial plans go?
Nope.
So some good and some bad. One of which, in 3 markets, there's a trial plan in which it's just the family plan, but starts out $10 cheaper. Not bad. In another 3 markets, they are doing an individual-only plan, but it's $50 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data.
Okay.
So
There we go.
then you just pay for the phone, full cost.
Yeah.
And then there's the interesting one, which they're testing. It's a family plan. They're testing in 3 markets. Portland's actually one of them.
Oh.
There is no unlimited data option at all for this plan. It goes up to 60 gigs of shared data between all 10 lines
Jeez.
at most.
60 gigs though, that's pretty much plenty for everyone.
Well,
Yeah, but when you
10
have 10
lines, that's
devices,
60.
and that's counting all phones and tablets on the account.
Okay, I see.
Well, 6 gigs per line. And if you don't have tablets, that's fantastic. If you do have tablets, it can be a little concerning.
Yeah, but still, the fact that they're not offering unlimited data is kind of bad news because are they going to move away from that, which is what every other carrier does. The other thing that I've read about these plans is they've reserved the right to throttle all video streaming to 1 megabit per second.
Ouch.
What? You gotta be
Oh, that's bad.
And on all trial plans, at least on these sets, they aren't necessarily saying they're going to do it, but they have said in the terms for the plan that they can make these plans have less of a priority just because they want to.
That's pretty harsh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. But fuck everyone but T-Mobile. I feel like I have some other kind of tech news that I have like on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember what it is. But why don't you talk about that new awesome thing that you're getting soon? Both of you actually are getting awesome things soon. Cody, you go first.
I'm getting the Vengeance K70. I was really considering waiting for the RGB keyboard, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized I'm only going to use the color red anyway. I might as well just get the red one.
There you go. And I finally am proud of myself because over time, not me alone, but I helped convince Cody to go to a mechanical keyboard, and he's gonna.
Okay, but we talked about this. If Calvin hadn't showed me his keyboard, I would not have bought a keyboard.
Yes, that's why I said it wasn't just me.
Okay,
It was
you
also
convinced
Calvin.
me for SSDs. Calvin is the one for the keyboards.
Yes,
That's all
I
have.
started your interest.
No.
Leave it at that. Yeah,
No.
because you started playing around, testing switches and stuff when I told you that you need to get one.
No. I started testing them when Calvin came over and I thought about it. Because we had a blue switch, we had a red switch, we had a brown switch. I've already played with Daniel's keyboard.
Whatever.
And I had already tested the clear switch, I think.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Is what it was.
So, anyway, though, Cody's getting a mechanical keyboard, which is great. We should all applaud him because that's awesome.
Finally. Fuck.
Yeah, we have a question. Oh, it's from Mirko. Awesome. Oh, and Daniel, before we answer the question, you tell everyone what you're getting that's awesome.
1 + 1, bitch.
Yes.
I'm so fucking excited for that phone. I got an invite for the other day and ordered the 64 gig black for $350. As soon as I get that, I'm gonna have a few invites. I will be doing giving away one on the site, probably one on my YouTube channel, and then depending on how many I get, probably just giving away some to people I know.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I'm glad that you're doing that, man. Okay, so we got a question from Mirka, so I'm gonna go ahead and post that as what we're answering. So, Android L versus
Oh, hello.
Thanks, Cody.
You're welcome.
Okay, so Android L versus iOS 8. Which will be the consumer favorite of our opinion?
I'm gonna
Probably
say right now,
iOS 8.
iOS 8 strictly because Android L will get skinned to shit by every other fucking manufacturer.
Yep.
There we go.
Consumers buy iPhone because it is consistent and it is simple.
And it's Apple. That's the third reason that people buy Apple, because Apple. But yeah, it'll probably end up just being straight up iOS 8.
I'll be right back.
Okay, that's fine, no problem. Just turn off your video stream.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we
Hey,
go.
I'm on the phone with somebody else right now, so I need to go back to that.
So anyway, yeah, iOS 8. That's pretty much strictly it. But what I'm really excited to see is more of Android Wear and how just great it's going to be when they start updating it and fixing the problems and stuff.
And I'm so happy that they decided not to allow manufacturers to skin Android Wear, Android Auto, and Android TV.
Yes, please, please. I'm sick of too much skinning. So, yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, look how people are all worried that this is the end of like Android being open, but I don't think they realize they can still make Android for watches and skin it. You just can't skin Android Wear because then it wouldn't be Android Wear, so why call it Android Wear?
Exactly. Yeah, they can still skin versions of Android. There's nothing wrong with it. Android in general as a lump software is still completely open, you know. So Google won't close it down because Google knows that, you know, people #love it. So, alright, I'm going to go ahead and say we're done with that question. That was awesome that Mirko asked a question, though. Thank you for that, man. So,
I also like that the SDK is already completely available for both 4.4W and L.
Yes, and turn your video back on.
Oh, yes, I should probably do that. I am, however, really disappointed in the fact that Google and the Android project have decided to make it so that for the developer preview of Android L, if you are not running an Android L compatible device, you cannot install any of the apps you make. You cannot make the target SDK L in either Eclipse or Android Studio and launch it on an API level 19 or lower, which is KitKat.
I understand the reasoning for that, though, because a lot of how material design works and with how the APIs are set up for it to work, it's an OS-based thing. How they have the program set up, you actually don't like have to program in shadows and all that. You just set depth, and the OS does the rest. And a lot of that would just break on any device.
Yeah,
that's okay, but that's not so that's true, but at the same time that's not true, because in Android Studio and Eclipse, more so Studio because Eclipse is being phased out by Google.
Yay.
You can go in and you set in this main styles that it uses the Holo theme, but then you create a folder inside the same folder that you would normally keep the styles folder. You make a new one for version 21, which is inclusive to Android L, and then it detects if your API version is 21 running Android L, then it uses the material theme.
Oh, okay.
So it actually automatically detects. The problem is you just can't launch it on old devices.
Well then, that's a little interesting.
Before
we continue with that, I want to throw in one thing about anybody that's watching this. By the way, you guys go ahead and post the link to this on other things on Google Plus and stuff, so we can get a little more viewers, a little more questions. That'd be great. If we have more viewers, we can interact with you guys more, which is great. That's what we're gonna do. So anyway, continue. I just wanted to throw that in because we haven't had a question in a while. So, oh, Daniel, show off your lights because they're cool and they're techie. So Daniel decided to get awesome lights. Daniel, say something so you're big screen.
Okay, I will speak words that are of the English language while I change colors behind me.
Oh, Jesus.
I love these fucking lights. They're the best thing ever.
It's like a rave in your room, man.
I'm gonna get myself some. I'm gonna get myself some when I get the money, but PC stuff comes first. I'll buy some during school.
There's an app that actually listens to the music in the background, and you can use that to have it strobe different colors.
That is too cool.
That is actually really cool. Yeah, now you just need to put them all over your entire house or apartment.
No, my room is the most important one.
But yeah, but they need to be everywhere because they need to be. So
Okay,
they,
no, but like the kitchen though. That's where all the food comes from.
you gotta do it when somebody's sitting taking a shit
I
and
need
you
to.
start raving in the bathroom.
Oh man.
Yes, I also need
Don't
to.
even tell them about it though.
I need
Yes,
to change
exactly.
the lights
Turn it
in
on.
the living room, like over the ceiling fan. And then I'll just like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and start changing the colors. And then when I come out, they'll be like, what the fuck was going on? I'm like, nothing. What are you talking about?
Yeah, just
Oh my god. No, go into the bathroom, start playing Corn in My Poop, have all the lights strobe to that stuff. Get Bluetooth connectable speakers so that you can play them through that.
No,
Oh, Ethan, there's an actual reason for those stupid lights you were showing me now.
Playable. They're not stupid. They're cool, but they're stupid at the same time. They're a good idea. I just don't know how good they are.
My lights with speakers for 3 times the cost.
They're what lights?
My lights, but with speakers for more than twice the cost, almost 3 times.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually. You know what I think would be a good idea? Once they come out, I'll actually contact the company and see if they'll give us a review because that's something that's a little. I don't know. It's not ultra expensive like some stuff, so they might give us a review unit, even if we have to send it back just to try it out and see if the speakers sound like absolute shit or if they don't.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm just gonna play with my keyboard when it gets here.
Yeah, no, your keyboard's gonna be awesome. No, I'll do that at some point later, but I don't really care.
Yeah, I'll stick with 4K video. Oh yeah, 4K videos from my OnePlus.
Yeah, that's right. That's exciting.
It's gonna be great when my OnePlus records better video than this thing.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, I do wish I had a better video camera. I'll get one at some point. My GS4 is good enough for now, but...
Mirko posted another question.
Okay. He's looking for a new headset with great sound quality, and of course it has to have fantastic mic quality for my PC. Okay, yes, I have a suggestion, actually. But I don't know if you need wired or wireless, but actually, and no, it's not Logitech this time. Although anything Logitech you'll be happy with, absolutely happy with. But if you're looking for one, and I don't know what your price bracket is either, but I'll mention this anyway. If you go to Klipsch's website, that's Klipsch, their KG-200 wired headset is absolutely amazing. It's not surround sound, that's the only downfall to it, but its mic's incredible and has a built-in pop filter, and its sound quality is absolutely insane. Klipsch makes some of the best stuff out there. I actually want to get their KG-300 wireless version that also supports surround sound, which they actually have spent over a decade developing their Sphere Space surround sound for that, which is supposed to be 360-degree complete surround sound compared to like 7.1 or something like that. Although those are supposed to come out in February, and it still says coming soon on their website, so I don't know what's going on with them in that situation. Maybe they're making some changes to them or something, I don't know. But I'm going to get myself a pair of those at some point. But anyway, the KG-200, you will, I mean, for that price bracket, you're not going to get better sound quality with a good mic and everything, too. You might be able to get dedicated headphones only that sound a little better, maybe, but Klipsch makes amazing stuff. I own their speakers, their Pro Media 2.1 speakers, and I own their Klipsch X10 in-ear monitor headphones, and those are amazing. So, yeah, anyway, I would check those out if I were you. You'll be really happy with that if that's in your price bracket. Anything else that's not in your price bracket, buy a Logitech. I mean, that's what Cody's using right now. So I mean, if you're looking for something cheaper,
I will both agree and disagree with that. Logitech is good. They're pretty good. I will not say that they are the best even within their price bracket. I've actually had a lot of driver incompatibility issues with these headsets, specifically for the fact that if I have too many audio sources going through them, they will crackle really bad. I can't be on Skype listening to Spotify playing a game at the same time, or my audio drivers will just die.
I've never had a problem with that.
I've always had a problem with this.
Weird.
And it's not the headset. Because if I plug them into anything else and I don't install the Logitech gaming software, they're okay.
That's really weird.
It's actually Logitech that's causing this.
That's
I don't
really
know
weird.
why.
Because Logitech's
I don't
awesome.
know why, and I've never seen anything else on it.
Yeah, because Logitech, I mean, they do, their stuff is amazing. I mean,
Their stuff is very good.
Some of their stuff's completely like over the top amazing.
They
It
should
depends.
learn how to make keycaps though.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird what's happening with yours because my keyboard's holding up 100% perfect. So I don't know what the fuck you did to yours.
Why did Calvin get rid of his keyboard, by the way?
Because he wanted to get the red switches.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the main.
Ew.
But he loves them and reds are awesome. So anyway, yeah, the Logitech though they do make great headsets, and I mean if you're the sound quality wise, they're absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I will attest to the sound quality of these.
Yeah,
It is really
yeah.
really good. But just be
Quality.
careful. Be careful about how many sources you have running through them because it will. I shouldn't say will. It can cause problems. I haven't tested in other computers, so I don't know if it's just mine. Maybe it's my overclock affecting it, which
That could be. That's a
could
pop.
also be the problem. But I know that it's done this at lower clocks as well. I haven't tried it on my base clock, which I should actually do.
Yeah,
Um,
interesting though. I've actually
But-
never heard of anyone else having that issue. So
Neither have I, which is the thing that gets me.
yeah, so that might be something particular. Have the G930 wireless headset. It's actually charging right now, but it's essentially what Cody has except wireless. And this thing is awesome if you're looking for a wireless headset that you need to get right away instead of waiting for that clips one to come out. They're great and all, but you have to be really careful with unplugging and plugging back in the USB charger because it's actually known to break internally, which actually happened to mine. Which I mean, I was jamming mine in and out all the time, and I've had it over a year. But has a 3-year warranty. So when that happened, and since it's a common problem, Logitech just paid for shipping, sent it back. A week later, I got this one, which is either a refurb or mine fixed. I can't tell because it's in such good condition, but there was one scratch on it, and so I know it's definitely not a brand spanking new one. But the thing sounds great, works great. I'm happy. So
The ones that I have are the G35. They're basically the same thing, but they do include a wire. The actual physical design of them is also slightly different.
yeah,
Where it includes like the foam padding on top is removable. They ship with I think 2 or 3 extra pieces of foam padding for you.
yeah, that's pretty awesome that they do
Regular 130. They're on sale on Newegg for 110. I think I ended up paying like 92 at Best Buy at one point
that. Yeah.
because they were on sale.
I'll check Amazon the price point of mine. See, mine right now is $90. That's because it's old on Amazon, the G930. And I just want to attest to one thing. Some people will complain about USB audio quality through headsets, and some big audiophiles, which I am actually one, they will complain about it because the audio is going to be low quality, because there is actually micro voltage fluctuations coming out of most USB ports, and if it's a wired headset, that can cause the and it depends a lot on what headset and how many ohms and stuff like that, but that can actually cause the headset to have a little bit of issues when it comes to running audio. But there's 2 solutions to that. There's get a motherboard that supports the constant voltage ports for USB audio, which eliminates that problem. Or there's the fact if you're using something wireless like my headset, the dongle is the only thing that's actually being completely powered through USB. The audio itself is being just transmitted by the dongle, and then the headset takes care of it for you and uses its own smooth power from the battery. So you're not going to get the micro voltage fluctuations that you would in a wired headset. Although I haven't ever really had a problem with that with even wired headsets anyway in the first place. And there are other smaller issues with USB audio, but it's gotten so good now that you can't really, like, I mean, people complain about it.
It's generally accepted that 3.5mm is better in situations where you have a good onboard sound card,
Exactly.
or if you
Dedicated.
have a dedicated sound card. If you're worried about the quality of your sound card, if you're using an onboard card that you've used before and you know it's not up to your standard, go with USB. It'll just be safer in the long run. But if you know that you have a good sound card, or if you have a dedicated sound card, just go with a 3.5mm jack. Get something that uses that because it's a separate processing unit for the sound card. Sound card does all the work for you. You don't have to worry about the rest of the computer actually working on the audio.
Yeah, exactly. And then one thing to look at too is if you're using any type of audio headset, Generic, I mean, like Logitech or clips, you don't really need to pay attention to this, but if you're getting really high-end audiophile grade stuff, which honestly sounds great, but clips just so good that you're not going to get a huge jump up even from spending a lot more. Clips hits the point of diminishing return with a lot of their products perfect, so you get the absolute best quality for your money, but there are better options out there. But anyway, you want to look at the ohm level of your headset and see what the ohm level of the sound card or onboard sound card that you have supports. Otherwise, the headset, if it doesn't have enough power to drive it, it'll actually, like, the bass will be completely dull and they'll sound really flat. You can do that, or you can actually get a DAC and then plug your headset into the DAC, which is digital to analog converter. Those are somewhat expensive, though. So anyway, yeah, we finished off that question. So fantastic mic quality is also Logitech's headsets or Klipsch headsets. I haven't heard Klipsch personally, but I know that they're great. Yeah, I mean, Cody's using the microphone on his headset, as you can see, and it sounds absolutely great. It sounds better than me, actually.
It definitely compares significantly better to than anything by Turtle Beach.
Don't buy it.
It's not as good. Oh, jeez. Which one did Mirko have? He's got like Astros or Tritons.
Astros are
I
actually,
think.
yeah.
There's one
Astros
headset.
suck ass, but their headset quality, like their audio quality, is really good.
Yeah, because I remember I was watching one of his videos on YouTube, and man, I was impressed with the sound and quality of the microphone.
Triton has good mics. Astro has terrible mics. Triton has mediocre sound quality. Astro has really good sound quality.
Yeah, you see, so with Logitech, you're getting that great balance where you have great quality audio and mic. So if you're looking for an actual gaming headset that you're actually going to use the gaming features, such as, well, the mic, then you're going to want to get a Logitech or the Klipsch one. So
now the Klipsch one that you were mentioning earlier, what was the model on that?
KG200.
Okay.
So that's the wired version. The KG300, again, I'm pissed off.
It's the wireless.
I would have bought it by now and just sold my G930 to, like, like Tyler or Chris, because they both have crappy headsets. Okay, yes. So Mirko asked a question. It's totally unrelated, but the bottom sentence is somewhat related. But I'm just gonna say, Mirko, they actually just hired some people, so they're probably not right now, but you could always fill out an application online or go in or something like that. So, yes, and get a Logitech headset. That would be great. And buy it from Amazon, not Logitech, unless you have a special code to get a discount on Logitech, because Amazon is, like, exponentially cheaper.
Or if you want it right now, that Logitech headset that Ethan has is $95 at Best Buy.
It's $90 on Newegg as well.
It's not.
$5 to get it in.
No, totally understandable.
If the KG300 was out right now, I'd just sell you this one here for $50, and it's in great condition. But I'll have to do that at some other point in time because the KG300 is not out, and now all my money is going to go towards 5 monitors. So, so yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah.
You're using your webcam mic, aren't you?
Me?
Both of us are, I think.
Yeah, I am.
I didn't want to set up my...
I don't know where the cord is for my blue.
Do you need a cord for it? Because I'm pretty sure I have an extra printer cord.
I'm going to get a blue at some point. I'm going to get a blue Nessie is what I'm going to get for this kind of stuff.
A lot of my stuff is kind of in limbo because I just moved rooms recently.
Yeah, I can tell because you have a toilet in the background.
His own personal toilet, mind you.
I know. Cody, I like how I'm using your chair.
I still need to come by and get that.
I didn't have anything to fill that corner, and that chair was still there, so I'm like, I'm just going to put that there. I'm never going to use it.
Yeah, that's fair. One of these days I'll get up there.
Okay.
Okay.
Blue Yeti Pro. Holy shit, that is an expensive-ass microphone. I'll bet it sounds fantastic.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Fucking better for that price. God damn.
If you're going to be spending that much, then you're better off getting an Audio-Technica XLR mic and an actual like XLR to USB adapter.
Yeah, that's true. A good one though is the blue $70, the blue Nessie. Very good.
Is it down to 70 now?
Yeah, it's down to 70 on Amazon. So.
I know what I'm buying because I was going to buy that when it was 100.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah, $69.44 on Amazon.
Nice.
Is it that good?
It's not just it's really good if you don't want to have to do audio editing because that's really what it was designed for. For one, it has a built-in shock mount. Two, it has a built-in pop filter. Three, it
Oh.
has like a little switch on the back so you can switch between
The
three
blue Nessie.
sound presets.
Mm.
One of which is designed for speaking, one of which is designed for music, and then one of which is just no filters whatsoever. It's straight audio, so you can do editing if you want.
Mhm.
Also, the Nessie, which is something that I really wish about this mic that it has, that this doesn't, is the Nessie has a headphone jack, so you can do audio monitoring live.
Nice.
And it has a volume dial. The bottom is a volume dial.
Okay. So you can just plug in like your headphones and
Yeah.
put under one ear so that you can. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I want to get myself one. We'll see if I end up having the money or not.
How's the sound quality on it?
Perfect.
Better than this.
I was gonna say because I know that your snowball tends to give like a little bit of reverb.
Yeah. Well, my Snowball also doesn't have a pop filter or shock mount.
No.
Shock mount would definitely help a lot.
Yeah.
With a lot of things.
Yeah, because that was my biggest complaint was when I was listening, it would sound like you were in a big empty room.
That's the other thing with the Snowball, though. So two of the three settings on here are specifically, or like all three settings are just for talking.
Yeah.
One of which it records audio from both front and back.
Okay.
Which is always really bad, unless you're actually having like an interview.
Yeah.
One of which it just records from the front, but at full, which is really bad. The middle one, though, is really, really good. It throws a 10 decibel pad on everything, so anything
Nice.
under 10 decibels you just don't hear.
That's good.
Yeah, that's actually a good pad, too. That's a really good one.
Now, does the Nessie have that problem?
No, the Nessie sounds beautiful. Do you want to hear an example?
Well, not.
You can just look up a video.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I know a guy that got it and did a review on it, and yeah, he did a good.
I'm just gonna go on YouTube, but I was seeing if maybe one of you two had used it personally.
Oh, no.
Okay.
It's great,
The only
my
place
first-
that I've seen that sells them is the Cascade Station Best Buy, and they're still boxed because it's a mic.
Just
Are
order,
they still $110?
probably.
Best Buy.
But they price match Amazon, so it doesn't.
That's true.
Yeah, they do. It's true. I actually.
Yeah, it's still 100.
I wanted to show something earlier, but I totally forgot about it. So this is kind of going towards Mirko. So these were the little headphones that I was talking about. I forgot that I had them sitting right here on the desk. So that right there puts out the nicest quality audio I've actually ever heard. I don't know.
Man, I wonder.
But here's a size comparison next to, like, my glasses. So they're awesome. They're called an armature driver, and they sound beautiful. So yes, I've had lots of experience with Cliption. They're amazing, but I'm guessing that you're gonna get the Logitech just because of your price bracket. So, and that makes more sense.
I kind of want to like try and sell my headset now and buy
Why?
a Nessie, and then just use headphones all the time.
Keep your headset because your headset is awesome.
But the Nessie would sound better. Period.
It would sound better, but then you don't have it all in one thing.
What does it matter?
But it's not gonna matter because I'm gonna have the Nessie, which I
So
can
you
just put
have the
right
headphones
here.
instead.
So
And
If I
just,
were you-
just use my headphones.
I just use those as your headphones and then have the Nessie just flip the mic up because those are already great. Instead of trying to sell
Because then I can't do the audio monitoring.
Okay, that's right. Your headset's pure
I would
USB.
have to. Yeah, I'd have to plug. How does that work, Daniel? Do I plug? I assume that I plug it in through USB, but then I plug my headset or my headphones into that.
yeah,
And
so
does it-
audio monitoring only works for listening to the mic.
Okay. So I would have to have like a pair of headphones over here and then a pair of headphones over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just earbuds
Yeah.
under your headset.
Cody, I have a question for you.
Ah.
So I'm trying to get somebody to watch our Hangouts on air right now, and I sent Brittany the link to our Google Plus page and told her to click play on the video, and it's giving her a message saying that people who you don't know might be able to watch you and stuff, basically saying that she's gonna be in the video, not watching.
Just send
Why
her
is
the link.
Okay, literally what you did is you just invited her to it.
But I didn't. That's the thing. I
So-
never invited her.
Okay, Ethan, here's one thing about Google Plus Hangouts. You can actually get a link that allows people to join.
No, I know. No, she clicked on it from our Google Plus page, not a link to join that I sent her.
The hashtag Hangouts on Air, posted by the page.
Yeah, I sent her a link to our Google Plus page, just our Google Plus page in general, and then I don't know. It's so weird.
Okay. Well,
Here, let me see. Let me check
I'm
one.
just gonna give you the link to the actual post.
Yeah.
We won't have this problem. Which you should just grab that post whenever we start anyway.
Yeah,
so
well,
you can direct link people to it.
Yeah, I know. It's just being really weird.
Because what just happened is you just invited her to join.
I know, which is weird because I actually didn't. She clicked on the Hangouts on Air post, yes, from our Google Plus page.
Okay, but there's two. Well, this one is shared privately.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Shared publicly. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, no. Whenever it says like join now and people might be able to see that you're there, that's them joining the actual.
Yeah, I know. So that's why I was like, what the fuck? So that's why I asked you, because I was wondering. Yeah.
Window. I need that thing that I need. I need my keyboard. Is it
You do need your keyboard. And then you need to buy a bunch of O-rings to put on it so the bottoming out sound isn't loud.
But it's not loud anyway.
It's not that loud.
I'm so tired of these O-rings.
You don't like them?
No. I've used a straight up MX Brown keyboard and I'm just like, I don't like how they feel.
I don't think they feel different, but I mean, I don't know, because you would think, I mean, the bottoming out's going to be a little squishier, I guess that's true, but I like my bottoming out to be soft. I guess that's the fun thing about keyboards now, I'd say, is the fact that back when it was membrane keyboards, there were a little bit different feels. There were higher quality membrane keyboards and stuff, but now it's just like 100% personal selection, like what switch you like, and do you like O-rings or not, and all kinds of stuff, so.
Cody, you should just get the Model M.
What is the Model M?
The original mechanical keyboard.
Oh man, no.
Why not?
The IBM one?
I mean, it's pretty, and I would probably absolutely love to code on this thing.
Well, the thing is...
But I'm going to deny you this request.
It's a buckling spring.
Yeah.
So it gives you the tactile feedback, which you actually personally don't like as much. So.
Okay. No, here's the thing you gotta understand, though. The reason I don't like the tactile feedback is because it's loud. And I don't want a keyboard that is loud when I'm playing games and live streaming.
Yeah, I know, no.
Because then I can't...
But you bought red because you don't like the feel of, like, browns or clears either.
No, that's not true. I love the feels of browns and blues. I love the way the blues type. But I cannot use them while I'm live streaming because it's too fucking loud.
While you're live streaming.
Okay,
yours are still too loud. I don't like the tactile feedback is the noise.
No, the tactile feedback is completely silent.
No, it's not.
I just did tactile feedback on my keyboard. The only thing you can hear is
talking though. Okay, that's the thing is you're talking though, and you're using your webcam mic. I can hear that.
It's practically silent.
Okay.
Believe me, it's silent. Like
Then I don't care. How about that? I don't care. I don't want tactile feedback when I'm gaming. Period. That's what it is.
Yeah.
If I'm coding, tactile feedback is amazing. Blue keyboards are great to type on. They're so nice.
Yeah.
I actually love Daniel's keyboard. I love the one that Neo has. The blue is so nice to type on.
It is. It's just
because it's so loud. Headset. Yeah. And that's the other thing is if I'm on like a Skype call and all I'm doing is type.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. I was just trying to say that Calvin's reds were actually even louder in this room than mine were. The fact that he doesn't have the O-ring to reduce the bottoming out noise.
Yours are still really loud though.
Yeah, the reds are faintly louder though because you're actually getting the plastic on plastic contact at the bottom. So, but I mean, they're both technically silent. I mean, you won't really notice the difference between the two.
Yeah, the O-ring on the bottom doesn't just automatically make it the quietest thing ever.
It's
like,
soft.
When you're typing on the stream right now, it's still really loud.
Yeah, I know you guys can hear it, but
and his red switch is not amazingly loud. It's impressively quiet.
Yeah, but the bottoming out is louder than my keyboard. But,
I don't agree with that.
I was listening to it while I was typing on mine next to each other, and his sounded louder even from far away.
I didn't hear that. I heard yours every time over his.
I don't know.
And I was sitting like 2 feet away.
Yeah, because I was all right. Yeah, I was just saying that the tactile feedback isn't what making. That's my main point. Is it's not what makes the noise. The tactile feedback that does make the noise is the clicky keys, and that's because you have a plastic piece.
I understand how they work. That's why I bought red keys. I'm just saying, just because yours are G keys, do not make them automatically more quiet than a red switch, even with the O-ring.
Well, I know, but Brown's...
Like, I'm listening right now to Linus's video, and the K70 is so quiet.
Yeah.
Even with him smashing the keys as he's doing.
Yeah, I know. But on the Browns, all you hear is the bottoming out sound as well. The actual tactile feedback isn't what's heard. So.
I just want a DOS keyboard. Really.
Am I right?
Keyboards are amazing.
Like a DOS glue for programming. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Yeah, DOS keyboards are awesome.
Now.
So nice.
Like, I actually think I'm just gonna buy a separate DOS for typing.
You should, because they're awesome. Or have you heard of deck keyboards?
Yes.
They're awesome too.
I'd rather have a DOS.
How come?
Because for one, while the other keyboards may be awesome, I know for a fact that DOS are extremely, extremely reliable.
That's true. Although, I will say actually that the deck keyboards hold up really, really, really well too. My grandma's had one for like 5 years, and the thing still acts like brand new. And they actually use their computer a lot. It's not like grandparents that touch it once a week. So. Okay, that guy's an idiot.
This IBM keyboard is so nice.
I know. I want one.
It's so nice.
Time to go to eBay.
I want one.
eBay.
None of the keys are an awkward size. I'll bet it feels fluid.
$40 on eBay.
How much?
40 to 45 bucks on eBay.
Yeah.
Fuck. Well,
Yeah.
I know I'm getting this paycheck. Shit.
Money. Like,
Yo, okay, hold up. eBay.com.
45 bucks for a buy it now price.
IBM Model M, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god. Lowest price. Okay, let's see. How about keyboards? Keyboards.
I'm actually gonna put on my headset here for just a moment.
Brand. Apple. The Lenovo Model M, guys. Let's see. Keyboard. Put on as many filters as possible. Connectivity. Wired. It's PS2, isn't it?
Pretty sure. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Ethan, don't you have one of these? It just doesn't work?
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man.
You buying one?
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, I just double checked to make sure, and so just to make sure I was correct about that. Essentially what the O-rings are doing, and I'm talking sound-wise, and of course I just dropped something, so
They apply a padding.
yeah, well, what they do, yeah, rather than reducing so much the decibel noise, they're still they're a little quieter, not substantially quieter than browns or reds, whatever. They sound about the same without the just hitting plastic on plastic. But they create a lot less sharp of a sound. It's not much like of a ear-piercing plastic bang. It's more of a soft little kind of whoosh. So I just did a double check on that. So
the dude that won the Evo Championship for Street Fighter played using a PS1 controller,
oh my,
and he won
Serious?
against a bunch of people using arcade sticks on Ultra Street Fighter 4.
that's insane,
Wow. Fuck that guy though.
right? Okay, so Mirko has he has a statement. I love my Rosewood keyboard with brown switches. It's not too bad, and I get that great clicky feedback, the tactile feedback that they feel when you push on them.
Feedback was so much better on the blues. I miss my blue keyboard.
How did you get rid of your blue keyboard?
I sold it to Josh.
I like browns
okay.
better, but that's the feel that I like. So I actually would really like to try a clear keyboard. I don't know.
With the browns is that there isn't enough tactile feedback for me to give a shit.
Yeah,
That's
you
where
see,
I'm at.
I like it, but again, it's all personal preference, obviously. So I
was looking at the comparison. I was looking at the keyboards that were brown. I was looking at the keyboards that were red. The red ones were just generally nicer. The brown ones were nice, but I didn't care enough about the brown switch to not get the K70.
yeah.
For me, it was like I really noticed that the browns weren't that big of a tactile feel. So it used to be when I had my blue that I'd go to work and use a membrane keyboard and want to cry every single day from having to use that shitty keyboard in comparison. Now I come home, use this keyboard, go to work, I'm like, this is a little too much.
Now, which one are you using right now?
The G710 Plus. Same as
Okay.
Yeah.
Does
So-
it still have the busted key? Or the gone key?
multiple now. The A and the S have both worked.
Yeah, you know what? I'd love to try a clear switch keyboard, and I wanted to let anyone know that's not paying attention. I want to let anybody know that is paying attention if they don't know what a clear switch is, because a lot of people have heard of the reds and the blues and the browns, and the green. No, most people haven't heard of the greens either. But what the clear switch is it's the exact same thing as a brown, except it has a lot heavier feedback. So you get more of a feedback when you push it, not noise-wise, but I mean the actual feel. So it feels more like a blue, rather than feeling lighter than a blue. And then the greens are a louder, with heavier version of the blues, and I would say clears probably are a little more like blues with the feel.
Ethan, you should get the Code keyboard.
The what?
Code keyboard.
Code keyboard?
Yeah, it's made by Woz.
Wait, is this someone that doesn't have characters on it?
What? No, this one does.
Oh, okay.
No, the Code keyboard, it only comes in clears or greens.
Oh, nice.
Okay, yeah.
What? Let's see.
Yeah,
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't the greens just blues with a higher actuation force?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
And
Alright,
clears
say
are
the name
browns
of
with
those
higher
again,
actuation.
Daniel. Say the name of those again, Daniel.
Just go to codekeyboards.com.
Oh man. Control Alt Shift do not count towards the 6-key rollover.
Yep.
And you can use PS2 to have infinite rollover.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just use it in PS2 mode, not really give a shit.
Yeah, you know what? I want to get a green. I like my browns, but I want to get a green because of I want to know what it's really like to have that like extreme noisy, clicky, tactile feedback, and they're all LED lit.
I like how it also has a row of switches on the back of the keyboard that allow you to change
Yeah.
everything from turning lock into control.
Yeah, you can go to fucking Dvorak and Colmark settings on a QWERTY keyboard without changing Windows.
Because
you can
fuck
switch
yeah.
it into Mac mode. Disable the Windows key.
Wow.
And you can switch caps lock to control. That is bullshit, and I love it.
Only 155 for a clear?
Mm-hmm.
Holy fuck, I need to buy like both of these. But I'm not going to because my money has to go elsewhere right now.
I almost wish I had bought this instead of the K70.
The K70 is better for gaming, though.
K70.
K70 is gonna be so much better for streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. Yep. And the K70 looks cooler, and the K70 has better gaming features and better lighting features and a softer wrist rest.
Well, like it doesn't.
And it's,
I don't see that it has better gaming features per se because it doesn't have any gaming features. What it does have is bitchin' light features, compatibility with legacy BIOS, so I can plug it into even my old computers and use it. Stunning build quality. It's got a really nice wrist pad.
yeah.
Mostly it was for the lighting features. The fact that I can choose which keys I want to light up and then switch between those and the all. The fact that I can cycle through levels of brightness, and also the fact that I have the reactive typing mode, is just too fucking cool.
Yeah, it's great, and that's I'm waiting for Logitech to come out with their next mechanical keyboard that has screen. And I'm not saying that this is what Logitech is doing for sure. I'm saying I'm waiting for them to come out with this, which I'm 99% sure they will at some point. A mechanical, pretty much choose your switch with a screen and selective lighting and RGB backlighting. I would be so
Let's
happy.
not on their next mechanical keyboard have a stupid row of orange around the macro keys.
I think it looks good, but I like the
It goes
accent.
with nothing. It doesn't even
But
go
yeah.
with accessories.
Yeah.
I
It's
know,
the
yeah,
only
there's that
it's the
problem.
only item that they include orange into.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand quite why they did that. So it doesn't bother me though. I kind of like it. But,
Some people actually have their setup like uniform in color. You're kind of all over the place, so it's not a big deal.
well, yeah, I'm all over the place until next summer. So next summer everything's gonna be perfectly uniform. So
I would really, really like to take my mouse apart so I can put either switch out the LEDs to red because they're currently blue, or just take little tiny pieces of gel paper and put over them so that it will become red.
yeah, that would be cool. That would actually be great. So yeah, that would be something interesting to see. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this mechanical keyboard for a damn long time. I'm gonna keep it until Logitech comes out with something better. So, because I have all their products and unified software is nice and all that. So, because I've also got this.
Unified software.
Huh?
Razer has unified software.
It's awful.
Not going to get me started on that.
No, I like Logitech's unifying hardware. That is a really nice thing that they did.
Yeah.
I like how Rocats made hardware, like the hardware can interact with each other before it gets to the computer.
Yeah, well, that's because
Yeah, the
Rocat's
nice
awesome.
keyboard can do interactive stuff before it hits the computer. So you can have like mouse buttons that change functions on the keyboard
Huh.
without it being a computer software trick. So there's less input latency.
Nice. That's pretty awesome.
Badass, yeah.
Guessing it also doesn't require drivers. Specialized drivers to do.
Yeah, that would make sense, yeah. So, I don't know, we've been ranting about random shit, not talking
Oh,
about...
did you see that the Soba's actually coming out?
The what?
Rocat's couch thing that they showed off at...
Oh, that's actually going to be a thing?
Yep.
Ooh, that makes me kind of like, want. Yeah, I want that. But, I mean, I want it for the purpose of gaming on my projector, like, once and, forever. Because I still prefer, monitors. Projector's great for movies. So.
Apparently this keyboard comes with the AT computer interface.
Do we have any more news to talk about, though? We've been off subject for about an hour.
Keyboards are cool and we should all buy them.
Yeah.
We should all buy mechanical keyboards.
Okay, so I'm going to just pull up a list of keyboards and everyone should buy all of them.
Everyone should buy all
This
of them.
had better be one of them because, man, this keyboard.
Yeah!
I want this keyboard so fucking bad. 1989, the manufacture date. I need that. It's older than I am.
Yeah.
Pretty.
It is very old, and it is awesome because it was the first mechanical keyboard, and you should buy it so that we can all play with a buckling spring keyboard.
I'm gonna bring that shit wherever I go.
Yeah.
Just carry it in a
think-
backpack.
Can't you get USB to PS2 adapters?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Or PS2 to USB, I guess it would be.
Yes, you can. So,
Well, actually, no. I would want to use it in the PS2 mode. That way, I could free up another USB port.
Yeah.
yeah.
That'd be so cool. Well, I'd have it plugged in with this keyboard. I would just set it right.
And you should get a Topra keyboard.
What just happened?
I
went on Reddit.
Yeah.
You should get a Topra keyboard.
Oh, what?
One of the Topra switches.
Topra.
Topre. They're not mechanical. They are. Fuck, I don't know how to explain it.
Are those the electrical ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have like an electrical current that clicks in or something. It's really weird.
You can't
Electrostatic
plug in.
capacitive non-contact keyboard.
Housing, plate, rubber dome, conic spring, PCB. What the fuck? How does this work?
This is a newer type of switch.
How does this shit function?
Magic. It functions with magnets. I don't know.
Are you serious?
No.
Good.
That'd be weird. A magnet keyboard.
Well, I mean, you'd never have tactile feedback because it just wouldn't connect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You'd
that's
always
not
know when you
weird.
hit the bottom.
Yeah, because they're like a membrane and a mechanical put together. If you guys look them up, TOPRE, and they're really interesting. They're electrostatic capacitive switches, and essentially they have what you would normally see on a membrane keyboard, which is the little rubber dome, but then they have a spring under the rubber dome, and it's a conical spring, and then they have the circuit board below that. I'm guessing it's cheaper to manufacture.
I don't know. This one right here is $260.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
never
ones
mind.
that I've seen are fairly expensive.
What's the advantage to it? Like, is it how do they feel? Is what I'm asking.
I don't know because I haven't felt one.
We should go feel them up.
Yes, we should.
Yeah, they provide tactility, comfort, and excellent durability, is what their website says.
Yeah. Well, according to Topra, as they've released one of their keyboards on Amazon, it is the Type Heaven. So if their ego doesn't speak volumes about how these keyboards feel, I don't know what else does.
Yeah.
So according to someone on some random forum I've never heard of, this dude's describing it as much more solid than Cherry MX switches, but less crisp.
Okay, that makes
makes
sense.
Yeah.
It's a membrane, so I'd expect that.
Yeah, I like what I have though. I wouldn't actually want to get one.
Only when you press it really slowly, it feels like you're pushing on foam.
Okay. That's,
Interesting.
This dude's just like very addicting.
huh.
Does it do the membrane thing where it's like you press it about halfway and all of a sudden it just buckles under its own weight?
Yeah, all the way down.
I don't know.
I would think not, because the spring would hold the membrane up, so it would just go down smoothly. But I don't know. Maybe there's a bump in there, but the spring, the bump from making it go all the way down, so it just feels like tactile feedback.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a possibility. Where right when that membrane would normally crash down, it just kind of bumps a little bit down,
Yeah.
which would make sense because then it would make it feel like a cherry, but also, it would be it'd feel more unique or something. It'd be interesting.
I really, really actually did want to get one of Cooler Master's keyboards.
Yeah.
I wanted to get the oh god, what was it?
Quickfire Rapid.
I don't remember. It's one of the quickfires. It's on Newegg.
Well, did it look like a generic keyboard, or did it have like a gaming design tuned to it?
Well, none of theirs.
Except their mech.
No, it was the quickfire TK.
The Quickfire TK. Okay.
Yeah, Newegg doesn't have any in stock, is what it was.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
it was only $99, and it's got function keys, media keys.
Yeah. No, it's a good keyboard. It's very good, and I really like this design.
Red.
I hate 10 keyless keyboards, but I don't give a shit about not having the arrow keys and stuff like that. I want the 10 key and the regular keyboard.
Oh no! The keyboard that has the one that I had, which had the arrows built into the 10 key, that
Yeah.
was the dumbest thing ever. Specifically for the reason that if you were using the arrows, you could not use the enter button at the same time. You had to switch it to the keypad mode in
Oh my
order to press
gosh.
enter.
That's
So I
just
would have to use
software.
arrows and
though.
then no, it was hard written into it.
Yeah, because
Oh.
enter is classified as num enter.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not
Okay.
the same as return enter.
That's a bitch. But I don't ever use my arrow keys or any
I
of
don't
my
care. Fuck that keyboard. That was one of the reasons I wanted to get rid of that and switch to another
Yeah.
keyboard. Was so stupid. Like
No,
what
see,
they do.
if I don't have arrows and numpad, that's just not happening. It's too
Yeah.
important. It's too
Yeah.
important.
It's good that you went with the keyboard you did. So you're gonna be happy no matter what. Is there anything new that we're gonna be doing though that I can think of? And no, Cody, I already mentioned the case, but we're not mentioning the name, just to let you know.
Okay, I don't remember what it is anyway, so that doesn't matter.
Alright. It's gonna be a little bit of a surprise. So
1 + 1.
yeah,
That's a thing. I wish I had money.
you have money in your ass.
I had money, and then I bought a keyboard. I still wouldn't have had enough money for that phone, though.
Yeah, but a keyboard's better.
I would get more use. I'm gonna get more use out of this keyboard.
Exactly. I mean, you already have a phone. Like, that's my thing. I don't actually like upgrading my phone often anymore, even though it's great. Like, I would love to if I had the money.
Not many phones have 5 billion milliamp hour 2-pound batteries.
Jeez.
No, that's
That's a bit excessive for me. Thanks.
no.
As quick as my Moto X.
Honestly, the newer ones that have come out, I'd be fine with, because if it gets me through a full day and I have to plug it in every night, I'm totally fine with that. My battery didn't with my usage, my original 2600. The 1 + 1 though, it should be no problem. The reason that I'm not upgrading sooner though, even though I could get the money together, is because my experience over time with Android, even though the the updates are great, and I get the updates on here obviously through CyanogenMod, but I felt like I'll go to this new phone and it's like, wow, all this cool stuff, but now it's just the same thing that I do the same thing on all over again.
Okay, but like that's why you get Nexus or the Moto X.
Well, no,
Because
yeah.
the battery on it is already really good, and it doesn't have all the extra bullshit, which is what drains battery so much.
Yeah, no, I
Like,
know.
if I remove Facebook, my battery life goes up by like a third.
Yeah,
Which reminds me, I need to get rid of Facebook because of the shitty app I don't like.
Changing to the Moto X completely changed how I use my phone. Switching back is awful.
Yeah. You
You
see,
shouldn't have loaned out your fucking Moto X.
I know.
What were you thinking?
that's
I know
the
what
thing
I was
with me
thinking.
is when I use my phone, the only thing I'm really doing is I use Hangouts and Google Meet, and I take videos. That's it.
And this is the best phone to do it on.
Yeah, so that's why when I get a new phone, it's going to be something like that. Not something with a billion features. And I don't really care that much about the hardware design of the phone itself anymore, other than a big high-quality screen, because I put a case on all my phones anyway.
The LG G3.
The LG G3
He's
is...
not wrong. He's not wrong.
Yeah, the G3 is amazing. But I've actually... Linus did the review of the LG G3. Linus Tech Tips, giving him credit for this. But, yes, he did the review of the G3, and he actually felt that his HTC One M8 was a better quality looking screen because the G3 didn't have the right color accuracy and stuff that he was looking for, even though it was sharper. So
What kind of screen are they using?
on the G3,
Yeah.
IPS, I think.
it's IPS. Yeah, it's a form of IPS. But the M8 just looked better to him. It looked
What is
more...
the M8 using?
I think it's still using Super LCD.
Ew.
No, it's not. They went...
It bothered me to shit about the.
No, it's a Super LCD 3 capacitive. Ew.
You still can't active notifications.
Yeah, that's the one problem, but Linus said it just looks so much better than what the...
I'll take active notifications, which will dramatically improve
Yeah.
battery life for one, and two, everything else about active notifications and any
Is awesome.
IPS type
Yeah.
screen over slightly better color. When I'm not doing content production on my phone,
Yeah.
color accuracy does not.
Well, no, that's the thing though. He didn't feel that it looked slightly off. He felt that videos and everything looked substantially better on the M8, even though they weren't quite as crisp.
Colors are very much personal preference. Some people like
Yes, yeah.
high contrast, some people don't. And that's one thing I like about the OnePlus One is built into the OS. You can go in and change the color tones.
Because fuck yes.
Nice. Oh, that's cool.
So like people have been complaining that there is a yellow tint to the OnePlus One screen, which is a software issue that they're fixing with the next update anyway. But you could just software fix it by going right into the settings and just
Yeah. That's so cool.
That's really nice, actually.
No, actually, if I get a new phone, though, it's when I get a new phone, it's gonna be something like an Oppo or a G3 or something that's gonna have that.
It's not gonna be an Oppo.
Huh?
It's not gonna be an Oppo while you're on Sprint.
Yeah, you've got to face the
Why I said when I upgrade, which would be if I once this contract is up, I will decide if I want to go to a new carrier or not. So that's why I'm saying I'll decide then.
You want to. It's a matter of if you're willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
Well, my parents might be willing to pay for it if it ends up costing them less in the long run anyway.
It won't, so that's the thing. If you switch carriers, it's not going to.
Yeah, if you're already on a family plan.
Yeah,
No, I mean,
individual phone plans are roughly $70.
Yeah, what if all of us switch though? I don't know any pricing
Oh,
towards T-Mobile stuff.
Pretty. Other than paying for the phone itself, the plans themselves get really cheap when you add multiple lines.
That's what I thought.
Like,
Yeah.
So for the first line, it's like $70 to $80 depending on the data plan. Second line, it's like $40 if you're going with 3 gigs of data, and then it gets cheaper from there.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
The LG G3 uses a quote-unquote true HD IPS in addition to being LCD. However that works. Whereas the HTC One uses a super LCD.
Yeah.
I know that since we're on the subject of phone display types, I know that a big complaint with the Moto X, or at least a big worry with it, was in the display itself, because Motorola had a history of using AMOLED but not using true AMOLED. They would do this thing where they would like combine pixels together to, I guess it was to minimize battery usage and also cost, and it ended up giving all of the displays a really fuzzy, bad contrast display.
Yeah.
And so when the Moto X came out, they're like, well, they're not doing that anymore. It looks great. Congrats.
Yeah. Yeah.
It did
I
the
actually
thing. So that was a big thing.
Ethan,
Yes.
hypothetically, if you guys were all gonna switch carriers, how many lines would you have?
Including 5.
Okay.
Well, okay, now 5 would need data. A 6th one would need to be just phone calls.
Okay, well, T-Mobile doesn't offer just phone calls, but
Okay.
whatever. What data options do you think they would need? Because for one, you need to realize that you don't really need unlimited data on all the lines, I guarantee, because for one, music streaming from most services don't count towards your data.
Yeah.
Two, if you go over, it just gets slowed down.
Okay, can you tune unlimited and limited towards per line, even though it's on a family plan?
Yeah.
Okay, so we would probably need, let's just say 2 lines unlimited.
Okay, and how much for the other ones? You have 1, 3, and 5.
Well, can I ask a question before we go any further?
Yep.
When you say unlimited, do you say they're going to use more than 5 gigs of data?
Yeah.
That's impressive. What are you doing on your phone?
I do, and then
You personally go over 5 gigabytes of data on a month-to-month basis.
Yes.
Like, well, I know you do, Daniel, but I know what you do with your phone. I mean, Ethan. Like, you've looked at the bill, you get like 12 gigs of data a month.
I go over it if I am not on Wi-Fi, which I forget, but when I'm on Wi-Fi, of course, especially during the summer, I use probably only a gig a month. Well, why don't I just fucking check my data usage right now?
Plus, Ethan, you can change the data at any time. So if you only use 1 gig during the summer,
Yeah.
down to 1 gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how much for the other 3 lines, though?
You said 135?
Yeah.
3 for the other lines.
In
Yeah, see, I'm on Wi-Fi so much, and I don't use my phone very much that I mean, in like about the last 10 days, I've used half a gig.
So, not taking into account paying for the plan, if you had just the 5 lines, I'm not counting that 6th one yet. The 5 lines with 2 unlimited and 3 on 3 gigabytes of data, you'd be looking at $200 a month.
That's cheaper than what we're paying. We pay like...
You also have to realize you have to pay full cost for the phones on T-Mobile.
That's right, which adds about, what would you say, probably $20 a month?
It really depends on the phone that you're going with.
Yeah.
It could be anything from
Does.
$20 a month, $5 a month to $20 a month.
It's also based on credit score.
Yeah.
Because I remember I went into T-Mobile, they told me that I would have to pay $230 for the Nexus, but then I would only end up paying like $14 a month after that.
Okay, yeah. Alright. I don't really give a flying fuck about using my phone that much anymore, to be honest. I'm so over the whole phone, oh yay, next biggest thing in phone thing, because it just doesn't end up being that good. That's why I've gotten into PC more, is I can do a billion times more on my PC than I can on my phone.
Yeah, let's spend $700 to get 4 frames.
Yeah.
That's not what I was referring to.
I know.
Yeah, I wasn't referring to the next gen stuff on the PC, but I'm referring to not giving a shit about a phone, because as long as it can check Google Plus and then use Hangouts and it's quick, you know, I don't want the thing to fucking take forever, obviously, but that's all I need. So, and web browser.
Then you should get an iPhone.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna actually shoot you. I know where you live. I know where you fucking sleep. I will come to your apartment. I will find you. I'll destroy you.
I'm gonna hide you from the broadcast now, Daniel.
iPhone. How could you?
Okay, Daniel, now you're back in the broadcast.
How could you? iPhone. I'm gonna
Wait a
have
second,
nightmares.
Daniel.
I'm gonna have nightmares for fucking days now, man.
Just a moment, Daniel. I didn't do this part. It muted you. Like, Hangout said fuck you. Here, let me re-hide you.
Probably muted himself. Maybe.
No, alright, yeah, you're back now. I don't know. When I brought you back to the broadcast.
Based off of what he needed in his phone, I felt the iPhone would be good.
Oh.
I mean, it's quick and easy to
Fuck
get to where
you.
he needs.
But it's.
No,
I mean, you're not wrong, but it doesn't make it
I
right.
still care about phones because they're cool. I just wouldn't buy a new one myself. And I still care about the OS, so fuck iOS.
Why, though? Why do you care about the OS? If you're not going to use any of the extra functionality, really, why does it matter?
Not wrong at all. Legit, not wrong.
You said you're going to use Google
No, he's
Plus,
right.
an app that's on both.
I like.
I will argue that it looks marginally nicer on iOS. Because it's got like this really cool pull down animation. So pro. Buy a phone just for the animations.
Yeah, right.
In the third party apps.
No, that's what Android L is all about.
Yeah. No
Dude,
kidding.
I love it. In Nova Launcher, you can have the Android L developer previews app open animation where it slides up for
really?
every app. And they make,
Nice.
if you can see, the search bar is Android L, and the home button and folders.
Oh, bad. That's cool.
Oh,
Do we have anything else regarding news that any of you guys have seen? I read something earlier today. Let me check
Humble
it.
Bundle is still pretty cool, and we should all embrace that.
Because Humble Bundle.
I embrace every Humble Bundle that has more
Oh.
than 2 games I don't own.
Right?
There's actually one thing that I did want to talk about, and I have it here on my phone. But I don't know if any of you have heard of the Samsung NX Mini.
Sounds stupid. Don't like it.
No, it's actually really awesome. So
Are you
Look
talking
there.
about that stupid camera?
this one,
Yeah, the stupid camera.
how is that stupid in any way?
$549. If I'm going to spend that much on a camera, I'm going to get a Sony RX100 Mark III.
Been told.
It's
If I'm spending that much on a point and shoot, I'm going to get the best.
it's not a point and shoot. It's a mirrorless. It's gonna take really good quality photos, and you get the interchangeable lens. Plus, it's as small as a point and shoot. Now, I will admit that it's expensive, but I mean the price will come down, you know, after they come out with, you know, NX Mini 2 or Galaxy NX or whatever the fuck they'll call it.
Yeah, but at that point, there are going to be better options anyway.
Yeah,
Why would you buy last year's technology when this year's technology is already equal price and or cheaper?
Yeah, well, what I'm saying though is, you can't say it's a shitty camera. It's actually a really damn good camera.
It's not worth the price.
Depends on what you're doing. If you want interchangeable lenses and super
There are other
portability,
interchangeable cameras that are cheaper.
aren't as portable. And
No, if you're doing professional photography, you don't give a shit about portability.
I know, I'm saying
in a
professional
case.
for professional photography.
This is even a small camera compared
Yeah,
to
I know, and I'm not talking about professional photography. I'm talking about a consumer that still wants interchangeable lenses because they want the analog zoom, which
Get a Fujifilm. They're still around, I think.
Yes, they are.
Zoom on point and shoots.
No, I admit that this thing's overpriced, but it's still a cool camera. Like that's the whole point I'm talking about.
It is a cool card, but it's overpriced. So
yeah, but I was just still mentioning it that it's cool. That's all. I'm not talking that people should buy it.
My phone is cool on paper, but it's still a shitty phone that's overpriced. This camera is cool in concept on paper, but there are still better options that are better price. Like, if that's your price bracket, go for an actual professional grade camera. Don't.
Yeah, no, absolutely. In fact, and if you want mirrorless, you could always go with the NEX7, which is professional grade mirrorless. So, although I mean that's obviously expensive, but I mean if you're like you said, if you're spending that much money already, there's either better options for image quality for your money, or you have enough money to buy something better anyway.
Yeah, but okay. So that being said, why are we still talking about this camera now that we've already decided that there are just better things in the world?
Because it's
we should be spending our money on.
Because it's it's news, A, and B, because it's the world's thinnest mirrorless camera, and so I figured I would mention it. I mean, well, you guys can't bitch at me for mentioning news.
I get that. No, it's cool. Like, I'm glad that you brought it up because it's something that we can debate on.
Yeah, which I mean, I think we all agree on this one completely, though. It's just it's interesting to see a really small mirrorless.
Okay, yeah, but man, that's a really underdeveloped technology that most people just don't give a shit because mirrored cameras are just fine.
Mirrorless
they don't require a bunch of.
Though. I mean, mirrorless has been around for a fairly long time now. I mean, because
but like if you buy a Canon or Nikon, which are the two big ones, they don't use mirrorless lenses. They use big fucking lenses.
Well, it depends on like if you're gonna buy a DSLR, you can get an equivalent mirrorless that will be more portable, and the sensors are substantially larger, which can allow them to take the way that they design the mirror, which there is a mirror. They shouldn't call them mirrorless because there's a transparent mirror in there, but it also
it's called glass without the silver.
Yeah, it's weird, but anyway, mirrorless cameras can take pictures substantially faster. They focus and take pictures faster than the DSLR because they don't have to move the mirror out of the way before allowing the light to go in. And that's what allows them. They're actually a better camera, not just.
But a manual focus doesn't do that. A manual focus just pops the shutter.
Yeah, but it still has to move the mirror out of the way. The mirror has to pop down and back up.
Okay, so that extra
time,
that extra quarter of a second that every photographer in the world is already accustomed to.
But if you're taking photos of your professional photography, you might be taking photos of, say, car races or bike racing or some form of racing where you need high-speed shots.
So this is a niche camera. Let's just end it at
that.
Yeah, what I think is really interesting. I mean, if you're gonna buy a small mirrorless camera, you might as well just go with the Nikon one. It's better priced, and it's gonna be. I mean, it's smaller in general, not as thin, but it's substantially cheaper, so that's a better option. I was just mentioning it again, like I said, for the news. But I mean, you could spend $1,800 and get the Alpha A7, which is a mirrorless beast.
I want the D50-300. That is a monster camera.
I'd rather have this. But I mean, this basically is taking everything you find in a DSLR and then removing the section where that mirror would be to make it thinner and lighter, and it's still a great camera. So I mean,
it's the Nikon strictly because no matter what for the price, for what I'm doing at least because I don't do photos, Canon has a lot better video codecs on their cameras.
That is true.
A lot better.
Yeah. You know,
I think we
I've always been
just
of a Nikon guy, but I've talked to multiple people, and for the most part, what I've heard is just buy whatever you're considering. Because I've heard extreme professional photographers say Canon, and then other ones say Nikon, all the way 100% that they will
I'm
not
just
buy.
saying for video specifically, it is pretty much a like well-known consensus that Canon.
Yeah, yeah,
But obviously, what we all should just do, if you want a mirrorless camera, get the Panasonic GH4. That way, you can 4K video.
there you go.
Amazing quality.
Oh man, yeah, that's true. That is so true.
4K video, if you're going to buy a camera, invest in one that can do 4K now, because it'll be a thing within the next year, big time. Like, I mean, it already is big time, but I mean, it'll be a standard. So,
Dude,
it's something you wouldn't want to cut back now if you were buying.
Now, if only Windows could apply a fucking patch to make the text
Yeah.
not look like goddamn garbage.
Yeah,
and
there
fucking,
is
come on,
that.
even Mac OS X Yosemite is getting better support than Windows.
That's depressing.
Well, it actually almost makes sense though, because OS X or Macs are really for content production, and who's gonna adopt 4K first? The people making the 4K content.
Yeah, there's truth to that. Even though making production stuff on Windows is still preferred by people like you and me.
Well, that's just because we're used to the Windows environment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I mean, even my dad, he used to work at a printing press before they closed down. Everybody used Mac. Every single person in the office, home computer, work computer, they had iPhones, they had iPads. It wasn't because it was Apple, it was because
they were just
they
better
were
for
content
us.
producers, they would use Apple, and so in turn they would get the iPhones and the iPads because they worked with the Mac suite, the OS X software.
Yeah, they made sense. Everything was more uniform, you know, which that's one thing. You know, I like Android, but obviously it's not going to match up with Windows the way that, you know, an iPhone and a Mac would. And then there's the other thing, just popped in my head, but Windows Phone. So now I just thought of one of the funnier things out there. So obviously Windows Phone, you know, well, fuck them. But and they've been improving on a lot of things. I've been impressed with them as a phone, that they're getting better, and of course they have Nokia, which makes them awesome and hardware wise. But yeah, the funny thing is, with the Windows update, when they're getting rid of, or possibly getting rid of, the full screen, you know, Metro app design thing, that kind of Windows Phone was basically taking that and scaling it down.
Yeah.
So that will kind of make Windows Phone not match up graphically wise as well with Windows 8 as it does right now, which is dumb. But Windows Phone overall, I don't like it. Like, I've used my friend Alexander, I have used his Windows, it's a Nokia, I can't remember what the model is for some reason. It's a 6-inch phone though, or a 6.5, something like that.
I fucking hate that phone.
Why?
It's such a. I just hate giant phones.
Oh, I'm a fan, but that's because my phone's not in my pocket that much, and I have big pockets.
Go get the LG G Flex, please.
Oh God, no! The phone is
Self-healing.
But anyway,
that was my ass.
the only thing that I say that Windows Phone's having going for them is the quality of photos, because Nokia has their back and has the best camera phones in the world. Like, let's just be honest. But there is also, like, when I play with Windows Phone, and I'll use it for a while, and I just get really, really sick and tired of big, not properly formatted text that's like black and white on everything on there. It's like you go into your text messages, and it's just a list of black and white and people's names, and you click on them, and it's just black and white, and there's like not even really like a distinguishing between people and stuff. It's just, or even if you go through your music, you know, you've got what, like, say you're scrolling through artists, for example, you've got blankety blank artist in the center, and then half of the name of the next artist on the other side, and half of the name of the previous artist on the other side. So you might not even know, if you don't know all the artists you have, who that is. So you've got to scroll side to side to see. It looks really ugly.
Either way, you shouldn't be using the regular music app because there's this new service called Spotify.
Man, I think I've heard of that somewhere.
Yeah, I know.
I'm pretty sure it was like in the underground with all the hipsters.
I know.
Yeah, something like that.
Man, I didn't know.
Tyler
I
actually
didn't know
just
that
sent me something to
service.
talk about. Okay. Let me read this real quick while you guys blabber about random shit, and then I'll summarize it.
Well.
So, random shit. So, Evo just happened, which is the big fighting game tournament.
Oh yeah.
There were some. I'll just send you a few different videos. Some really, really amazing Smash Bros. Players. One guy was the most amazing Yoshi. I don't even know if it's possible.
Wait, how can you be good at Yoshi?
No, you'll see.
Yoshi's fucking trash.
See the video, and then I'm also gonna show you where, in like the semifinals, one dude wins. He's playing as Pikachu and he beats a fox, in under a minute, 4-0 stock. 4-0 stock.
That's not how shit's supposed to go.
And it's not like it was he overpowered him the entire match because they did 3 rounds, and it was Pikachu won one, Fox won the next, and then Pikachu raped.
Well, okay, so according to a recent study published by the John Petty Research Corporation, John Petty, who is apparently a research analyst, PC market is currently worth twice the console gaming market on a global scale, if I'm to understand this correctly.
That's not surprising.
Not at all. We continue to see a shift in casual console customers moving to mobile.
That's also not surprising.
While this trend is also occurring in the lower-end PC gaming world, more money is being directed to mid- and high-range builds and upgrades by gamers. Yo, this is 8 minutes long. Do I need to watch this? Because I'm gonna. Oh, it's in fucking Melee.
Yeah, that was Evo had Melee as their game.
Oh no!
If you're gonna watch it, a lot of it you can skip because it shows the time in between matches.
Oh, okay.
Once a match ends, just skip to the next match. But that last match is only a minute, so.
Dude, how do you? Fox was the best character in Melee.
Yeah,
guys,
Pikachu is damn good though. You'll see that Pikachu.
some other big news about Windows and the way they're dramatically changing their activation.
Oh, the DRM thing. I heard about that. I didn't.
Yeah.
Even do it,
So they're getting rid of the 16-character alphanumeric passwords. This is all coming from Tech Power Up, just to make sure to give them credit. And what they're doing instead is basically what Windows will do is when you buy your license, you'll get a disk image that you'll then use to install on your PC. When you install it, it will and this is the part that pisses me off a little bit. Basically, keep track of the hardware of your machine. Basically, just motherboard details. And then what will happen is, kind of like this in a way, is if you install Windows on a new machine, and it's a single-use license, it will deactivate the old machine and activate the new machine. Now, I hope there's a way that if you were to do that without realizing it, that you could go back, unactivate the machine that you just installed on, and reactivate your old machine. I don't know. But the problem I have with this is if you change hardware, that could be really iffy. And also, Tyler mentioned something about this that it's kind of interesting to see how this might, affect OEMs and system builders, because
OEMs will probably have a different license as they always do.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. So there's that.
Is always custom.
And then another piece of news, man. Tyler needs a webcam so he can start joining us on this stuff. So I'll read this while you guys blubber about more random shit.
I'm just watching this fucking video. This is incredible. That Pikachu is too pro.
I know. And then I'm gonna watch the grand final, which was Fox versus Jigglypuff, apparently.
Oh, if Jigglypuff didn't pwn, I'm gonna be sorely disappointed.
I don't think Jigglypuff won.
Oh, dude, Pikachu almost died there too. Okay, so Jigglypuff or Pikachu won, and then Fox wins. Yeah.
Yeah. And then just watch the last match.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip right to that actually.
It starts at about 6.5.
Oh, there we go. Stage select. I like that it's not always Final Destination.
I love this Pikachu.
Fountain of Dreams. Oh, that's personal. Dude, Fox almost had a chance. Oh my god! No! No, that jump chase. No.
Okay, Daniel, you'll like this one.
Oh my god, no, that's
About 20 seconds, Ethan.
Oh, he took some damage. Okay. Oh my god. It's pretty much just get him off the edge and then jump chase.
Yep.
Okay, there he goes. Oh, there goes Fox. He's gonna knock him off the edge. He's gonna knock him off again. Jump chase. And then recovery. Too strong. Oh my god.
Okay, Daniel.
Yeah.
So, did you hear about any possible rumors about the GTX Titan 2 coming out?
No, I didn't, because I haven't been paying attention.
Okay.
I heard that there was a leaked document about it.
Yes, it's the GM 200 A1, which the A2 will be the mass production version. So this is just for the final testing, is what NVIDIA would usually do with their naming system behind that. And it's actually really cool. So it's expected to feature over 4,000 CUDA cores and is expected to widen the memory bus to 512-bit. So, yeah, pretty crazy. And it should be based on Maxwell architecture just because of the fact that
say those specs one more time for me.
4,000 CUDA core and 512-bit memory bus.
I just want to go see something really fast.
Ah, I see. So anyway, it's going to be a beast. I'm sure that I'm going to be pissed because I'm going to think it's overpriced, but we're not going to get that argument again because we've done that before. But it's going to be awesome, obviously. It's going to be
With 4,000 cores and a 512 memory bus, there's no viable reason they could really overprice that. That's
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
And then because Maxwell, it'll be amazing at mining cryptocurrency.
Well, there's a thing too is about Maxwell. The things without Maxwell, the thing would run too hot to keep it cool without liquid. So, let me see. Yeah, because if we look at the Titan Black specifications of the Titan Black, which is an unlocked Titan, 2,880 CUDA cores, and the let me find the memory bus is 384-bit. Yeah. So if you're looking at that, let's see. So this is a single GPU. I'm assuming is what the Titan 2 would be. I don't see why they would, do anything different. That would be.
It's definitely gonna be because they wouldn't go down. They wouldn't go down in cores and then make it dual.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I'm saying, okay. So if you look at the Titan Z, 5,760 CUDA cores, 768-bit memory interface because 384 per 384 per GPU. So essentially, you're looking at a card that is. Oh, I'm not even going to try and do a percentage right now, but 4,000 CUDA core single GPU compared to a dual GPU card with 5,760. So
what you should be doing is you should be comparing it to the Titan Black, which is a single GPU.
I know, I already did.
Of the Kepler architecture. So you're essentially doing 3,000 versus 4,000.
Yeah, I already compared it to the Titan Black. I was comparing it to the now. That's that.
Daniel, I know you can't see it, but I used the Draw app. I drew dick butt on your face.
I can see it on my face.
It's dick butt. It needs.
Are you serious, guys?
You need a dick butt. He needed dick butt.
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't not put dick butt on his face.
Are we really doing this right now?
Ethan, do you want me to draw a dick butt on your face?
No, I don't want you to draw a dick butt on my face.
Too bad, I'm gonna do it anyway. You need dick butt. That's not dick butt. Where we have derailed this entire podcast.
Okay, yeah, what the fuck?
Jeez, this is great. Oh my god, Daniel, you're a brick wall. Goodbye.
Oh my gosh.
Is that in effects?
Yeah.
Props, sounds. Oh, backgrounds. Okay, so.
Oh my gosh, this is terrible. I can't believe we're doing this now.
Oh yeah, I'm in Rome.
No more, guys. Oh my gosh. No. How do I get rid of it now?
All the more.
Yeah,
No,
wait,
I'm in Rome. I am a Greek
What's wrong
god.
with the one that you're using?
Huh?
What's wrong with the one you're using? It just blurs it, the background.
Mine?
Yeah.
What's wrong with it?
Yeah, all it does is blur the background. How's that?
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know it blurs the background. I want to get rid of it.
How did you do that?
Huh?
But you could be a Greek
Okay, so,
Mohawk lizard dude with goggles.
okay, we're just getting tired, guys. We apologize.
Goatee,
I've only been up since 4 a.m. Why would I be tired?
and some cake.
Professionalism of what's going on now, even though it was never fucking professional in the first place. Oh my god.
It's my birthday. I have a mohawk and a cake. Thread derailed.
Okay, well, I think we're gonna end it here now.
I don't
But-
know.
Yeah, we're having too much fun. And I've gotta go debezel a monitor, so I'm gonna go debezel a monitor now.
Why are you doing that?
Because I'm gonna debezel Elliot's old shitty one so that I know how to have experience with it before debezeling my nice ones when I do my 5-monitor setup.
You are gonna debezel them all.
I plan to. After I set everything up and make sure it's all stable, then I'll take them all back off and debezel them all. Okay,
Why
you've gone a little too far. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop this now. Yes, thank you everybody for watching our live podcast. Thank you everybody for
Thank you for clicking the link.
and you guys just I hope you guys have a great day or a great.
It is fucking 12:48 in the morning.
But you know what?
Have a good night. You're going to bed, asshole.
Great.
So anyway, though, hope you guys tune in next time. We will try really hard to start doing this every Sunday and maybe once more per week. We'll talk more about that, all of us together. But yeah, just be sure to check our site and check for the latest, tech news updates, and also for all our build logs and stuff like that we're going to be doing. So yeah, thank you everybody, and have a great day.